Hi, we are live. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon once again. Welcome to the Growth Conversations, and this is TGN, the Growth Network. So every Tuesday we have these kinds of conversations. It's basically about how we are going to help each other grow our businesses. So we have very, very insightful discussions to find out how some entrepreneurs started their journeys, how they started their businesses, the challenges that they've gone through, and how they were able to overcome these challenges. And also, what lessons have they picked up on their way to wherever they are? I always say that currently you may be going through some difficulties in your business, but probably someone might have dealt with that particular challenge you're facing now, and he or she was able to overcome this challenge. So if the person shares how their story is or how they were able to overcome this challenge, it might be very beneficial to you. At the same time, too, I may have some insights and some advice that I think, or maybe some techniques I apply in my business that are helping me. I can share it with anyone. And if you hear it too, it can also benefit you in your business. So every Tuesday, 12 noon, lunchtime, we have these conversations. This is the fifth episode, and we have a very wonderful entrepreneur, a personal friend of mine, Mrs. Nana Owusu Aferi, with us today. Nana is the CEO of Royalbaby Company Limited. So, without wasting too much time, we just go straight to my dad always says that businessmen have little time for familiarities or pleasantries. So, we go straight to business. So, everybody, welcome to the Growth Conversations and welcome to TGN Growth Conversations. Nana, how are you doing?
Thank you. I'm very fine. I'm okay. Everything is fine.
Okay, great. So,
Good.
yes, this is Growth Conversations. How is business going these days?
Well, like we all say, we are managing. We are all managers now.
Ah, you're managing. Everyone in
We are all
Ghana is
managing.
managing.
Everybody is
Yes.
managing.
Yes, the last conversations we had, the last episode we had, the guest was saying that when you go to Facebook or social media, you find a lot of CEOs on Facebook, but you realize that most of these CEOs, you go behind their profiles and realize that some of them are even SS students. You understand? So in
Mhm.
Ghana, almost everyone is a CEO. Almost
Everybody is a
everyone
CEO.
is a business person, self-employed and stuff. Yes.
Okay, for
So
sure.
today we want to find out how you started your business, how it's going, some challenges you faced in your journey or on your journey, and what experiences you can share with people who might be watching us either live or maybe probably sometime later because these sessions are recorded. So if you miss it, you will always be able to have a replay of the session. So let me ask you, how did you get into entrepreneurship? How did you get started?
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity and having me on your
Yes.
platform.
Yeah. So
I would like to extend
tell
my
us a
greetings
bit
to.
about your background. Yes. And also how you started as an entrepreneur. Yes. Kindly go ahead.
Okay, sure. Okay, that's fine. I'd like to extend my greetings to all your followers and viewers watching us at this moment and those who have the opportunity to watch later in the day or whatsoever. And also, I'd like to encourage every woman watching me today to also go for the breast cancer screening since we are in October. And it is something that is a global issue that we are all trying to tackle. So when we have platforms like this, we take advantage of the opportunity and then educate women and encourage as many women as we can to go out there and screen for the breast cancer and its related diseases. Okay, so my name originally is Nana Usu Ansa, and I'm married to Mr. Francis Yawafari. And so basically, I come from a family of four. I've lost both parents, so I live with my sister. Yes, I attended Apostle Safo Senior High School as SHS. I went to University of Cape Coast, and then for first degree, and then for my master's degree, I went to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, where I studied procurement and supply chain management. I've been in this business for over 10 years by experience, and yes, so technically, if we are limiting the conversation to what we're having now, I think I have done well with the introduction, haven't I?
Yes, you've done well, but we still have something more to want to hear from you. So, what was the turning point? How did you end up starting your own business? How did you get to becoming an entrepreneur, as they say it? Yeah.
Okay. Somebody will ask that, having mentioned all these levels of education, which office you work with or what do you do?
Yeah.
Growing up as a child, I've always had that passion to sell. So those who went to school with me in Dansoman, most Holy Hearts Preparatory School in Dansoman, knew me from the beginning that I was that child who always wanted to sell. Even in class, I was selling toffees to my colleagues. I was always that girl who wanted to see money. I was always that girl, that class prefect who wanted to be the one buying the stuff for the class, the wall clocks, the dustbins, and all that. So I realized that right from the beginning, parting away with money or product for money was something that I was passionate about. So I'm not surprised where I've gotten to in life now because that was what I always wanted to do. And now the turning point. You see, typically of Africans, your parents wouldn't allow you to start business or start buying and selling from that age. So what you have to do is attain some level of education. So in order
Mm-hmm.
to satisfy my parents, I decided to pursue education, which is school. When I got to secondary school, I did business as a course or program, and then I pursued further business at UCC. So it was at UCC that I realized no. While my colleagues were in the library doing a lot of reading, I preferred doing business. So on one vacation, I didn't go home. I stayed on campus. I walked
Okay.
into Pro Credit at the time. It was a Pro Credit bank. I walked into the bank and I met the manager. She was a lady. Her name is Eva. So I met Eva and I told her, Eva, I want to work with your bank. She asked me, which level are you? I said, I'm in level 100. Then she says, how can a level 100 girl walk into my office and tell me she wants to work with me? Won't you go home? I said, no, I want to have some experience because I want to stay here and work. That is in Cape Coast. And then she accepted and I worked with her. While working there, a woman who owed the bank came there and she had a shop, but she couldn't repay her loan. So the bank had to take over the shop. I had gathered some money, then I said I wanted the shop. So
Oh,
2012 year group, everybody knows at the time when I was in level 100, level 200, I had a shop on campus. I'm a mama, UCC. So
wow.
I was selling hair pieces, I was selling wigs and all that on campus. So my friends were buying for me when I was on campus at the time, 2012. That was where the passion started from. So I started selling on campus. I came to Accra 2 weeks, 2 times in every week to come for hair pieces, to come for clothes, come for hair accessories, come for jewelries and all that. And I was selling room to room, hostel to hostel, selling to my friends. So that was where the passion
Oh,
started. So after school, I did my national service, and then I got a job in Accra, and then the rest is history.
wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. So, with the courage, a lot of what we are able to achieve in life has got to do with the courage that you have to take
Oh
the
yeah.
step, to take the yes. So that's interesting. I hope that a lot of ladies or a lot of people watching you would be inspired. And anyone or some people who find themselves in similar situations would also be able to take such a bold step you took, and which gave you the foundation or the basis for you to get to where you are now. Yes, so tell us a little bit about your business, Royal Baby Company Limited. What do you do? What is Royal
Okay.
Baby Company? Yeah.
Okay. When I started the company, one of the mistakes I made was that I didn't have a direction. If I could turn back the
Okay.
hands of time, maybe there are things that I would change. So I just sat in a room
Mm-hmm.
one day and said, call me Royalbaby. For some funny reason, I wanted to start a kids salon, a
Okay.
kids salon, a salon. I'm the type of person that always wants to stand out or do things differently. I believe
Yeah.
that's the cutting edge for me because I don't really want to do things everybody is doing. So when I started, I didn't want to do just salon. I said, let me do a salon tailored for kids. so that somebody would drive all the way from Adenta or Pantai and come to my salon because it's tailored for kids. But it was
Yeah.
if it was ordinary salon, the person could have gotten just one in the area. So I decided to do something which was different. So I started a kids salon. Then I realized adults were also coming in and all that. So to expand the business, I made it a holistic or a unisex salon for beauty needs. That's for men, women, and children as well. When I
Yeah.
started the salon, just to bring this in, at the time I was working at Accra Metropolitan Assembly. I was manager in charge of signage and advertisement. I resigned one day because I wanted to pursue a dream. I didn't have time to go to the
Okay.
salon and come to work. So I had to choose between my corporate job and what I stood for as a person or what I love to do. So one day I wrote a letter to my boss, Mr. Yanka, and told him I didn't want to work with him anymore. Then I resigned and then I pursued the salon. At the time, some wouldn't understand. My parents wouldn't understand because my mother didn't know the reason why you go to university, do your masters, and come and start a salon. If it is a salon you wanted to do, why did you have to waste all that energy and school fees if
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to do? But I made her understand that this is what I love to do and I wanted to pursue it. So then one day I was working on a client's head. And mind you, I had not gone to any professional school to study hairdressing or hairstyling. It's just something I love to do. I watched videos on YouTube. I practiced at home. I it was something I love to do. So it came to me easily. So
Yeah.
even at the salon, today I'm spilling out all the secrets. My clients thought I was a professional, but little did they know that I was even learning from the workers. I was
Interesting.
so somebody be like, I want the madam to touch my hair. I want the madam to touch my hair. They didn't know even my workers were even professionals than me.
Yeah.
I was learning
Yeah.
from them on the job. I was learning from them on the job. Then small. I became perfect. I also had apprentices I had trained and graduated in the process. And so one day I was working on a client head, and some of the products that I was using, I saw made in Ghana. This shampoo made in Ghana. Then I asked myself, if this is made in Ghana and somebody has put in effort and energy to produce this, I can. So why don't I give it a shot? So I
Yeah.
made some few calls, asked where I could get the chemicals, spoke to one or two people, spoke to one of our church members, Mr. I've forgotten his name. He led me to one place. I met another lady called Beswa. I mentioned names because of for reference and then for acknowledgement.
Yes. Yes.
Anybody, if you hear me mention anybody's name, it's because I want us to acknowledge the person or recognize the fact
Yeah.
that it wasn't an overnight journey. These were people in
Yes.
the line. I could mention their names. So Mr. Banahene, yes, Mr. Banahene in my church took me to one lady who introduced me to chemicals, and I also learned from the lady, small, doing this, adding this, subtracting this. Then I applied knowledge and sense, common sense, and I was able to come up with my own product. So I started with 6 products at the time. And now, to the glory of God, we have 36 products, ranging from hair products.
36
Yeah,
products.
36 products.
Whoa.
Yes. And so we started with hair products. So originally, the company started with hair products. We're producing hair products. And then in 2020, when COVID came, we took advantage of the COVID situation and started producing hand sanitizers
Yeah.
because it's all within the household products. So we started producing hand sanitizers, and then from hand sanitizers came um, liquid soaps, and then to disinfectants, and so we added cleaning products to our hair products. So the company is two: hair products on the side and household cleaning products on the side.
Yeah. Okay.
Professionally, I'm a certified procurement officer, so we do procurement services alongside. Yes. So this is the three major pillars of Royalbaby Company Limited. Our pillars are three.
Three.
Our
Okay.
pillars are three.
So let's say um, the core business of Royal Baby Company Limited is procurement. I would want to put the procurement first. Then we look at cleaning products, right?
Yeah,
Then
sure.
you look at hand products. Okay, that's
Yes.
interesting. So as we can see on the screen, we have the big six. So we'd like you to briefly take us through these products. We have the hair growth starter pack, and we can see someone's journey I think if I'm taking the banner off, this is about a 6 month or 5 month journey
Yeah,
from where they are to, yes. So, and we also have the share
share
butter
butter.
here. Yeah, I'm quickly going through so that you can choose which ones you want to talk about briefly for us, so that our viewers would understand some of your products and some of the services you render. So there's also a hair growth journey of one lady. I think this is
Yes.
also just a sec. Let me hide this 5 months
Okay.
natural hair journey with Royalbaby Naturals. All right, so we go here. This is also twist and curl smoothie. So smoothie. At first, I thought smoothies were for only food, like fruits and vegetable blends, and that I didn't know hair products too. We could have smoothies. So I think it's an interesting product. Twist and curl smoothie. We also have this product, protein treatment mask, and we have this set, and we have the dandruff solution, anti-dandruff solution. We have the hair growth oil, and we have the honey and milk black soap. This is black soap. This looks absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, yes, take us through. I'll skip through so that you can quickly talk about any of them. So, we have this set. This is a set, but I mean, I think that, okay, yeah. So, quickly take us through which ones you want us to know about. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you again. I call this the big six. I call it the big
Mm-hmm.
six. I borrowed the name from the big six that we know in Ghana, who worked tirelessly to gain independence for Ghana. So if something or a product is the big six, indeed, it should be able to redeem you from something. That is where I borrowed the name from. And a starter pack,
Okay.
a starter pack, we know what a starter. Even if you buy a SIM card, it's a MTN starter pack. You understand? You get it. So like I just borrowed those names of from those areas. When I say the big six is a combination of products which are made for the African textured hair. The African textured hair is special, it's coarse, it's thick, it's different. The African hair is
Mm-hmm.
not like the regular hair out there. And so I believe we need to put together ingredients or natural products that would suit the African textured hair. And so we carefully came up with 14 different herbs and oils in this product. You are supposed to use the range of products. This was, I think, 2 years ago packaging, but once we keep on
Okay.
improving all the time, we came up with this sets. We came up with this packaging. So it's the same thing which
Yeah.
has been repackaged this way because we believe we always have to come up with something new for our cherished customers. So this is how it looks like right now. It is made up of the protein treatment mask. There's a mask inside the set, and then you have your shampoos, you have your conditioner, you have your leave-in, you have your shea butter, and then you have your hair growth oil. And so you're supposed to use them in complementary to each other. You have to use them in a way that all of them put together is going to give you the results that you desire. You cannot use the protein treatment mask without a shampoo, and you cannot use a shampoo without a conditioner. You cannot use a conditioner without sealing in moisture with oil. That is why it is a set. And so when you go to the salon, you need that set to complete your hair care routine. Please, I hope I've explained enough.
Yes, yes, I really
And
get it.
then this is
So
our
this is
toast
the
and
new.
kale smoothie. The smoothie you want to eat. You see how it looks like?
Yeah.
It looks
Let's
like a
see. I
smoothie.
can let me just quick one. Let's see. Oh, okay. Is that thick, right?
Say again.
Okay. It's
So this is
thick,
the
like a
smoothie.
thick paste.
Yes, it's thick. It is used
Okay.
for twisting and curling. So if you have a natural hair and you want to twist it, coil it, this is what you use, and to give it that perfect twist and curl. Yes. So
Okay.
you just have to part your hair and then apply it while you twist it, and then you can untwist to give it that curly look, or you can coil it
Mm,
with a smoothie, and then it gives you that look. Yes.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
anti-dandruff
So what?
oil is for anyone
Mhm.
with a flaky scalp. If you have a flaky white scalp, those who have dandruff, actually, it's a hair condition. It's a hair condition. It's a disease actually that affects the scalp. It's not communicable
Okay.
anyway, but you have to treat it if you have one. And so it is characterized by itchy or flaky scalp, which usually gives a bad feeling to the one who has it, because it really reduces your self-esteem. It brings low self-esteem. Imagine walking in the streets of Accra or anywhere, and then you have to be eating your scalp, and then that kind of flaky thing. It's not a good experience. So I would encourage everybody to go out there, or probably reach us out and then procure one of them for your personal use if you have dandruff.
Okay. And this is also the hair growth oil.
The hair growth oil. I would wish I
Yes.
could go back and then come back again and show you all the herbs that we use for the hair growth oil. We use fenugreek, we
Mm.
use henna leaves, we use neem, we use moringa, we use flaxseed, we use yes, cinnamon. We use
Okay.
rosemary oil, we use clove oil, we use aloe vera oil. All these oils come in its natural state, and then we extract the oils from them. We put it together in one bottle. And so when you purchase one, you are assured of getting about 14 plus oils in just one bottle. You apply it to your
Wow.
natural hair
Awesome.
because it's friendly to your natural hair. As I
Mm-hmm.
stated earlier, it is tailored for the African textured hair. And so when you use it, it is friendly to your hair because it's all your hair knows. It is natural and it is nature. And the oil is
Yeah.
natural. So your hair is able to feed with it. If you use chemicals for your natural hair, you're not doing it good because the hair doesn't know artificial, it knows natural product. Yes.
Okay. And tell us about this too, this
Okay,
product.
this is our newest baby. This is our new baby. As we progress, or as you do business, sometimes some the reason why we are able to have we are able to maintain 36 products is because of you or people watching me, our customers who are watching us. It is from the comments we
Mm-hmm.
hear from them that also encourages us to add more to our range. And so as part
Okay.
of uh, 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 I don't know how to put it, but as part of some of the comments we heard from our customers, they were calling on us to come up with skincare products because once they are done with their hair, now they want to move down to their skin.
Their
It's
skin.
all within the
Yes.
beauty. It's all within the beauty frame. And so we came up with um, we will do skincare products, a range of skincare products, also in a set. But to start with, we started with our body shower gel, our body gel, our moisturizing body gel, which is made of turmeric and honey and milk. So the honey and milk is for skin type 1 and 2. I mean, the chocolate skin and the dark skin. And then if you are very
Mm-hmm.
fair or fair, you can use the one made of turmeric. We all know what turmeric does for the skin and the numerous health benefits it has. And so don't be surprised that it's been bottled and you don't have to go buy it from the market, blend it, da, 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 da. Everything has been put here for you in just one single bottle. And it looks beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very beautiful. It's very
It's very
beautiful. It's nice.
beautiful. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I just hope that it also makes the skin as beautiful as it looks right now. Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that stuff is interesting.
How do I look?
Ah.
Absolutely.
Yes. Great. Great.
Absolutely.
Great. Yes. So
So,
that's nice.
yes.
Yes, it's indeed. So I believe this picture is telling us some of the outreach programs you've done sometime, right? Yes. So
Yes.
that's
So
great. Royalbaby
we,
Company Limited.
we do campus tours. We go to the major tertiary universities in Ghana. I've been to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. I've been to UCC. I've been to UG. I've
Mm.
been to UPSA. I've been to Winneba, and then some major markets: Medina Market, Dansoman Market, Kaneshi Market, Kanswa Market. We do market storms to promote the
Mm.
products.
Okay. All right. So tell us briefly, what are some of the challenges you faced in the early stages of your business and how were you able to overcome them? This question is a very interesting one because almost all businesses have challenges they are facing. And it's interesting. One time we attended a program and at lunchtime, a couple of friends and myself, we sat down to eat, and we were just talking about our businesses. One guy, he's also been on this um, episode or this platform, the conversations, and he's into farming. Another guy is into IT. Another guy is into something else, and all we're all talking about. So interestingly, one person will talk about some difficulties they are facing in their business, and
Okay.
it was interesting to hear that immediately he
Everybody.
said his challenges, another person too will say, "Oh, you're facing this. Me, I used to have this particular problem, and this is how I dealt with it. So I did this, I did this, I did that." You understand? So it's very, very important that we share our challenges and how we overcame them. It might be very, very beneficial to someone else watching us. So please tell us briefly, what are some of the challenges you faced in the early stages of your business, and how did you deal with them?
Okay. Thank you again. Um, the challenges. Once you are born in Africa and in Ghana, it's a challenge. That automatically puts you in a challenge. And I
Yeah.
believe it's a journey, so there's no way every level comes with its challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So every level of the business will come with its own challenge. I believe some of the challenges that I'm facing now, I didn't face them in the past, or maybe I won't face them in future. And so, just as you rightly said, I'm also interested in this question so that it will help me to be better once I progress, or somebody is now in my stage, or somebody is now before my stage. So when the person hears my challenges, the person wouldn't commit the same mistakes that I did.
Yes,
One of the challenges
absolutely.
or mistakes that I did was lack of consultation.
Okay.
Many young people start businesses without consulting. Many young people start businesses without asking why, who, what, where. They do not ask people who have experience about the business or the job for them to give them information. The person will just hear somewhere on the internet that, oh, diaper business is good. If you do hair care products, it's good. Then they'll start making flyers and calling themselves CEOs without
Mm-hmm.
actually asking those who have experience, how did you do it? Where should I go? Where Because there are several chemicals I wasted in the beginning that if I had consulted properly, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So that's one of the challenges that I had. I'm very sure that somebody is waiting for me to say money or capital. In as much as
Yes.
capital is a generic problem or a generic challenge in all aspects of the business, beginning, what you need most is trust. You do not need huge capitals to start a business, or do not let money be a challenge for you, even though that is what you need most. Let's take it this way. If you want to start a business and you have the idea this year, why don't you save enough towards what you want to do next year? Why do you want to sing the chorus of every youth? There is no money. I do not have money to start. As I said in my introduction, although I had the idea and the passion, I consulted Mr. Banahene, who then took me to Besua in Kaneshi, who also taught me the job with little or no even capital. Because of the trust Mr. Banahene had for me, he was able to recommend me to Beswa, who then gave me the chemicals to start my business. So, as a young
Yeah.
person, what attitude are you putting up in your community, in your church, even in your family, for people to trust you that, oh, Kofi has a brilliant idea. Let me support him in this way. And so, do not be so moved by I need capital, I need capital. Sometimes you need to be trusted. If somebody trusts you and your business, then people will be ready. People will be ready to invest in your business, or people will be ready to recommend you to people who can also lead you even without money. This morning, I was chatting with a certain lady who said she wanted to start a diaper business. In the consultation, I told her, based on relationship and the fact that I know who the girl is, I recommended her to a diaper company who can give her the diapers on credit to sell and then pay later. She didn't use any capital, but because of the trust I have in the girl, I was able to do that negotiation for her. And so please do not sing like everybody is singing. I need money, there's no capital. So in the beginning, I didn't have a challenge of capital because I had saved enough towards what I wanted to do. I was working with AMA and I was saving at the time. And so when I started, I used my own money to go and rent the space. And then based on loyalty and trust from my bankers, they gave me a loan of 15,000 cedis at the time. It's all based on
Which
trust.
which year was that? So that we can
20,
actually appreciate
the year it was
2019 or
2018.
18 or
Yeah,
2018. Okay,
2018.
okay. Wow, okay. At that time,
2018.
the city was quite stronger than it is now. So, 15,000 was quite some money. Yeah,
Yes,
I
15,000 was
see.
quite some money because I had used my money for the space, and the 15,000 was a product that I used to set up the salon. You understand me? Yes. So
Mm-hmm.
just like we say
Yeah.
in Akan, also board your board home. You can start from somewhere and somebody would also support you from somewhere. But you cannot sit in a room and hope that you want to start a business and somebody should give you capital. What have you done for your own self? What have you started on your
Mm-hmm.
own that you need somebody to support you? So start something on your own,
Okay.
and nature itself will redirect people to come and support you. And I think the third and the last
Okay.
challenge that
So,
I faced in the first stages is statutory regulations. When I say statutory regulations, I mean my taxes, AMA, FDA. These were all bodies that I needed to satisfy as a manufacturing company from the beginning. And it is not easy acquiring all these licenses or being approved by all these bodies. And so in the beginning, it was difficult for me. As a starter, as a young girl from school starting a business operation permit, taxes that you would pay, it was quite cumbersome for me in the beginning. But thankfully, as I progressed, I have been able to understand them, and then I'm still working on them.
yes, that's great. Because all these challenges you are stating, okay, lack of consultation, it's really a big issue. A lot of people start business. For me, I've also experienced similar challenges as you said. Okay, because you think that you want to do it on your own, you don't have the right people in your corner to consult. Someone, something that you spend about, let's say, 1 year trying, trial and error, just 15 minutes time with someone who is quite experienced and
Yeah,
will give you the guidance you need, could just shorten it for you. You could just get it
yeah,
done just like that in a day. Yeah, so it's very, very important. And it's interesting you were able to get to the right people to guide you so that because you wanted your business to grow, you were able to consult. With the money aspect too, everyone, about 90% of people will state um, the reason for their business's failure as money, as lack of funding or finance. Yes. But as you said, I just want to reiterate it to our viewers that nothing should be a barrier. Me, for instance, when I started business, I started with no money. Absolutely. You can easily simply start your business without money. It's just about finding someone else's product, understanding the product, marketing it to people out there. The money that you get from it is still the marketing business you're doing is your business. Then you can use that
yeah.
revenue
Oh,
to start whatever you want to start. So it's very, very simple. You don't need money to start a business, but you need money to actually grow a business. And the third challenge, too, that you stated, I think is very important. You need to build trust, and trust is something that I have really experienced with in a very harsh way. I learned it the harsh way. But now someone can just call you, won't even bother to visit our office, my office, won't know where I live or anything, but can afford to pay about 150,000 cedis to your account just like that, and will trust for you to deliver. No matter the challenges that we face, we still try as much as possible to serve this person. So trust is a very, very important currency that you need in business. What? Your mobile money number. Yes. So that's great. I believe that people have picked one or two from this. That's nice. Okay. So how did you fund your business initially? You see, this is a challenge, and I just mentioned something. You also said it, but tell us, starting Royalbaby Company Limited, did you borrow money from the bank? How did you actually start it when it comes to money, finance? How did you go about it? Someone will tell you they got money from family and friends. Someone will also say that, oh, they started in a way. How did you start getting blood
Okay,
for the business?
okay, sure. So in my earlier explanation, I told you that officially I registered the business in 2018. That was when I did the official registration of the business. But prior to that, in 2012,
Hmm.
I had started business already on campus. You understand?
Okay.
So I had already built
Yeah.
the clientele from school. So people knew me that I was into hair and all that. You understand? So when I started, when I completed school and I did my national service, as I said, as I told you, I was working with AMA, Accra Metropolitan
Yeah.
Assembly. I was working there as a manager in charge of advertisement. And so, though I had the dream, I knew there was no funding, and so I still had to keep to working for somebody in order to accumulate funds. Kwame, do you
Okay.
get
Yeah,
me?
I get it.
And
Yeah.
so
Yes.
from
Yes.
2012 to 2018, it's how many years? Um, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 6 good
About six,
years.
right?
6 years,
Yes.
I was also working for somebody accumulating funds. And so, in when you could have a dream, but you can shelve it. It's not by force. It's not a race. You can shelve the
Mm-hmm.
idea, work for somebody, or sell products for somebody else, accumulate funds, and bounce back again. And so when I
Yeah.
had the dream in 2012, after school, I could have just started on my own, but I realized I didn't have the money. That was
Mm-hmm.
how come I went back to work for AMA after national service. And then
Ah,
thereafter,
okay.
after accumulating some funds, I was able to start on my own. And when I started, I could only afford some of the things, not all. And so, based on what
Yeah.
had raised, I used it to acquire a shop. And then I consulted Mr. Ejekun, and then he led me
Mm-hmm.
to a bank where I acquired 15,000 cedis at the time. And so,
Okay.
although I was using a bank loan, it wasn't entirely because I
Yeah.
had used part of what I had saved to start the business before the bank loan came into support.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank God that
Mm-hmm.
I used a bank loan because that also put me on my toes because I knew
Exactly.
the money wasn't for me. And so every time I would work so hard because every month I had some amount of money to pay to somebody. And so
Mm-hmm.
getting the bank loan from the beginning, it wasn't to start the business. So I started in 2012. So I already knew where I was going. It wasn't a fresh business I was starting for you to tell me that it's not good to collect loan to start a business. This is what I
Yeah.
had started in 2012, but I had no space. You get the difference. So it's not like I
Yes.
was starting entirely. I was already in
Yeah.
it from 2012. So after 6 years of experience, I was bold to walk into a bank to collect a bank loan. As if that was not enough, when I wanted to progress and go on and on and on, I also took another bank facility from Unibank at the time. I was also
Okay.
led by lawyer Professor Usubedu to take me to airport branch and collect a loan from Unibank at the time.
Yeah.
It was all based on trust. If he didn't trust me or if he didn't know me to be a good business person, he wouldn't have also taken that risk. I
Mm-hmm.
mention names just for us to know that what I'm saying is the reality. For those of you who know
Yes.
the people's names I'm mentioning, refer to them and ask them. That is why I'm mentioning names. So it is not easy, but building trust amongst your family and friends is very key to help you raise funds if you do not have any.
Yes, very interesting. Thank you. So, to stress more on the points you've made, you actually did not start your business with a loan, but those loans were for expansion. You had already found your own way to start,
Yeah.
working for someone to gather a little, and also family and friends coming in based on what you've established with them already. They came in to support you. So, I believe that we can take note of this. So, if you're out there, you want to start a business and the reason you are struggling or you've not started is I don't have money, I need money. You are drawing up your business plan to go to a bank. You will never start till the world comes to an end, or you never start until Elon Musk takes all of us to Mars. You understand? So get something
Which we are
started.
going very
So
soon.
yes, which we are going very soon, the rates at which is going, yes. So what was the most difficult decision you've had to make as an entrepreneur? And how did it shape the future of your business? What was the most difficult decision you've had to make as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman? and how did it shape the future of your business?
Okay, this is quite an interesting and tough question. I haven't been asked this question ever in my life. I
Whoa.
wouldn't call it a difficult one, but I had to sacrifice some of the products. It's like having kids and then denying some of them what they need in order for others to rise.
Yeah.
It's like having 6 kids and you don't have money to take care of all of them in big school. So you say, okay, fine. Kofi, you go to a big school, the rest of you go to Saito. Yes. It's because I have denied most of my products attention.
Mm-hmm.
I realized the diversification was one of the things that was drawing me back as a business person, because 10 years by now I should have been bigger by now, because I had diverted too much. Today this, tomorrow
Yeah.
this, the other day this, another day this, another day this. And so most I haven't been able to land to a proper destination because of divestiture. And so I believe one of the toughest decisions I have taken now and beyond is to sacrifice a lot of the businesses that I'm good at and focus on the very few that I can promote. And in shaping the future, I believe when I do and I do it well, it will also open doors for the ones I have abandoned.
Yeah, it's great. You see, the key one very big problem I find with creative people, people who are entrepreneurs, who are innovators, is the ability to focus. Because you realize that at a certain point in time, you are so creative to the extent that you can almost do anything, you can create anything. Okay, but it's not everything that will sell or push you there. And one of the key strengths that Steve Jobs expressed before he passed away about the success of Apple was their ability to say no. You see, they had a lot of products and innovations that they had to reject from bringing it up to the market and focus on only a few things. So I think that businessmen, entrepreneurs should really pick this thing up. It's not everything that can take you up there. So find out the few products or the few services that you can focus on and make world class. Then you hone all your skills into that thing and move your business forward. So I think what you've shared with us is very, very important. It's very, very important. Okay, so we'd also want to find out, Nana, what strategies, okay? Let's come to the
Wow.
strategy and
Oh
success.
my
Yes,
God.
so
Every phone no do more.
you are here. Your phone is not doomed. Why? Oh, oh, really? She's gone. Oh, okay, okay. I think she might have gone off. The phone is off. She hasn't been charging her phone. All right. So yes. So friends, ladies and gentlemen, we still continue the conversation. Yes. So as Nana was saying, it is very important. Okay, you can do a lot of things. You realize that, okay, this thing I'm doing can bring in money, this thing I'm doing can bring in money, this thing I'm doing can also help. If you're a creative person that you can create a lot of products and stuff, you have to really focus. Because for instance, Facebook, for instance, all these big companies, at times they bring up products to test the market, and when they realize such a product is not really going to sell, they shelve it and focus on a few things. Recently, Facebook launched Threads. Okay, everyone thought Threads was going to kill Twitter because at the time Elon has also purchased Twitter and changed the name to X. For me personally, I believed in the ingenuity of Elon Musk, but I thought that naming Twitter from Twitter to X was quite off. You understand? So it was more like everyone was rushing to Threads, Facebook, Meta's Threads. And we thought that it was going to, but after some months, we realized that no, the Threads product wasn't going to really take Facebook where Facebook wanted. It wasn't really going to be up to their competition, going to compete with Twitter or with X. And now Thread is still there, but it's not as functional, or it is not top tier or at the front lines of social media as we thought it would be. Okay, Facebook has launched a couple of products in the past. Microsoft has launched a couple of products in the past. Apple too launched a couple of products in the past. And anytime those products don't work, they just get back, focus on a few things that work. So, as business people, let's try as much as possible to focus on what we are doing, the few things that is really going to bring us results. Now, the next question I was going to ask Nana was which strategies and habits that she's going to credit for her success in growing her business. Okay, so that we can have a practical feel as to how her everyday or let's say periodic habits and strategies that she uses. You see, everything that we are doing in this world, you need to be strategic and you need to be intentional. So if you're just running a business and you don't have daily routines that you follow, okay, at times we feel that the little actions that we take are not going to get us anywhere, but it's the little actions that build up to give us the results that we actually need to succeed in whatever we are doing. So, as a business person or as business people, we really, really, really need to understand which strategies. But it all comes down to some basic things that you need to do. And the first thing I would say is that you need to understand yourself as an entrepreneur, the kind of person you are. You need to understand your core competencies as a business person. What we should understand is that in business, you can't do everything alone. You can't do everything alone. You have to get people to advance the business. The business needs to grow. There's always a purpose for any business at all that is established. There is always a purpose. Now, before the business can live up to fulfill its purpose, you need to bring in a certain crop of team, or you need to set up a team or people who are going to really drive the machine of the business to achieve the purpose of the business. But if you're a CEO, the mistake we most of the time do as businessmen or as founders or as sole proprietors or as entrepreneurs is that we try to do everything by ourselves alone. But at times, you can't do, because if you're saying that okay, you're going to do marketing, you are the same, you are the salesperson, you are the marketing person, you are what, you need to focus on your core competencies, then get other people to also focus on their core competencies. A mentor once told me, and it of course I think is a common knowledge in the world of business, okay, that you need to delegate to people. You need to delegate. Now, if you are, he told me that if you happen to be in a room where you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. Or if you're in a crowd, or if you're in a team, or the people around you, you are the smartest person amongst your team members, then you are in the wrong team. What should happen is that all the people in your team should all be experts in their respective fields. They should know more, they should be better, they should be more skilled in their respective fields than you are in the respective field. So that when it comes to accounting, there's someone who is typically focused, skilled, learned, experienced in accounting to help you. The core business of the business owner or the founder is to actually know how to drive people towards achieving the vision. That is all. So, you, the entrepreneur, as I said, you need to understand yourself, know your core competencies, know your strengths and your weaknesses. And after you've known your strengths and your weaknesses, what you do is that you get other people who are strong in your weak parts. So, you bring these people who are strong in your weak parts to complement your weaknesses, whilst you still learn from them, work with them to improve your weaknesses. Then you focus on your key strengths to drive the business forward. Okay, so for me, that is my key strategy. It's not also easy to find the right people to work with. It is a very, very difficult thing to do. Like actually trying to get the right team, and that is what I think is one key strength of successful entrepreneurs, especially Elon Musk. I study Elon Musk a lot because, of course, we say in Akan, so if we want to be better, we need to look up to people who have achieved what we want to achieve, learn from them, okay, and try to reduce how many mistakes we make. Of course, if we make mistakes, we learn from it and build and become better. But we learn from these people who are already where we want to get to. So Elon Musk and all these CEOs and business leaders around the globe really, really know how to select talented people. So, as a business person, as a founder, or as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, one key skill you should master is identifying talent and getting the right talent to work with you. If you're able to identify talent, all these things that we see, Elon Musk now, I'm using Elon because right now, personally, I feel he I feel he is the greatest business leader of our time, or of my time, of my life, my lifetime. So there's so much I can learn from him. Okay, so one man is able to design rockets, move them from the earth to space. And as the rocket is returning, it's never been done in the history of this world. As the rocket is returning, he has metal stands and metal arms to catch and embrace the rockets. Okay, so at first, when we used to follow NASA and these science explorations, it was like, okay, so I hear Nana is trying to get back with us. Let's see if she can. Let me just try a few minutes. Let me see if we can get her back on. Yeah, let's see if we can get her back on. Okay, it seems her phone. Oh, her phone has uh, hijacked the discussion. So we still go on. Yes, so it's been difficult. We are trying to get her back online, but we don't have her still. Yes, so we go on. So Elon recently launched his also robo van, a van that is self-driving. And if you look at the interior of the van, it's splendid. He's also launched robots that are primarily going to assist humans in whatever that we are doing. He's also launched a rocket catching a system where at first, when rockets are returning from space, they will just splash into the ocean somewhere. Then they go and pick them up. At times, they will even burst into pieces and all that. But now, Elon, this guy, is able to bring a rocket back from space, and the rocket will come and land. Now that he doesn't allow the rocket to land, he catches the rocket mid-air. Okay, and all these things we are seeing this guy do is not by himself alone. He is driving the vision. He is driving the vision, but he has the best people in charge of all these companies and all these researches that he's doing. So I think that we need to really, as a core part of our strategy, focus on our key strengths, let others do the work, and also focus on what you can do. Drive, find the right people, drive them, motivate them, get them to understand the vision and how all of you are going to get to your destination. Yes. Now, I also was supposed to ask, I wanted to ask also Nana about some of the mistakes she's made along the way and how they shaped her business. Okay. And of course, mistakes personally, I have made a lot of mistakes in my life and in my businesses or in my business. I believe every entrepreneur has made mistakes. Okay. And mistakes are good. Okay. At times you fail, you commit certain mistakes and they cost you money. At times you commit certain mistakes and they cost you relationships. If I begin to talk about the kind of mistakes I've made and the failures I've had in my life and in my business, of course, I'm not there yet. We're all trying to grow, get to a point where we become the full version of ourselves. But I mean, we are not like how we used to be some time back. Okay, so if we used to be so careless in our business, now I am quite careful than before. Of course, I want to be better. I always want to be better. We should all seek to grow. Okay, so if you're watching me, I don't know whatever you're doing, but we are not perfect. No one is supposed to be perfect because life is just a continuous journey from the, as we call it, the cradle to the grave. Okay, so from the time you are born, you have to be developing, building, learning, improving until the day your eyes get closest and you return to your maker. You understand? So we really, really have to keep learning and improving whatever that we need to do as business people. So some mistakes are there, but for instance, for me, if I want to share some of the key mistakes I made in my business, the first thing that the first mistakes that the first mistake that I want to talk about is the fact that money that came into the business, I used to actually turn them, like using money for what is strictly necessary in the business. I believe this is something that is shareable with everyone watching. So if you're a business person and money comes to you and you don't have a system or a structure that manages the money, all the money comes to you as a business owner. You should try as much as possible to use the money for what is strictly needed. For instance, a client might have paid his money for an order of, let's say, 500 pieces of a product. All right. Now, instead of investing or pushing the money into production into the thing, you decide to do capital expenditures. It's not bad. So let's say you have 10,000 cedis paid and you use the 10,000 to, let's say, buy chairs, or let's say you use it to buy machinery, or you use it to buy something that is a capital expenditure in the business. Like it's there's this law we call, is it Murphy's law, where a law which says that whatever will go wrong. Okay, whatever will happen. You don't know what is going to happen tomorrow or in your business. At times we always don't get what we want. All right, we don't get what we want, so things will not always go as you expect them to go. So you try as much as possible when it comes to money. Use money for what is strictly meant for. I have learned this lesson the hard way. It has cost me my business. My business has collapsed multiple times and I've brought it back. Now I'm doing a couple of things, not one business. It's also a principle that don't put all your eggs in one basket. But before you get all those eggs, focus on one egg, let the egg hatch and give you multiple chicks who can also lay multiple eggs for you before you can afford to put your eggs in different baskets. Someone will also tell you that put all your eggs in one basket and watch it. Maybe something can fall from the sky and come and hit the basket and everything will crash. But whatever it is, a lesson I've picked from a mentor too is that we most of the time talk about multiple streams of income. So you say that, okay, I'm doing this business, it's bringing me money. I don't have to rely on this one. Okay, this will take care of. Some people strategically do their business like one business is checking home expenditures. Okay, so kids' school fees, feeding at home, and all that. You have a small business, or let's say a shop or a store that your wife or your spouse or your kid or a friend or someone is taking care of, and your day job too is taking care of something else, and you have other things. But every great person, every rich person, every wealthy individual, every successful businessman started with focusing on just one business. So you focus on just one business, build it till it's strong before you even think of probably diversifying or probably having multiple streams of income, because the resources are limited. So if you've not gotten, someone like Kwame Despite can afford to start several businesses that they want to start. Someone like me, okay, I don't have that money. So I can't start a radio station now. Not even one to the level of Kwame Despite. I can't. Okay, but I can't start a radio station, more start a pure water business. Start, of course I can start some of these businesses on a low scale, but I will have to take my time, delay gratification by not spending too much money to buy cars that I don't need, by not investing in things that are not directly going to relate to the business. So when money comes to you, focus on your core business that you're doing. Use the money directly to serve the clients. My dad used to tell me that, Kwame, When a client pays his money to you, it is not your money until you have served the client and taken or seen your profit from the business. Of course, things will go wrong, all right? But what you should have in your mind is that when a client pays his money, it is not your money. When the business gets a sale or when your business makes a sale, business owners, it is not your money. It is the business's money. That is why legally, your business is a different human being. There are interesting cases where a man has started his own business and the business has collapsed, and the business still owes the man who started his business. And legally, like it's a complex thing, but it's also an interesting thing. So the bottom line is that your business, you've given birth to an artificial individual, artificial person, which is your business. It's different. The law will handle that individual, which is your business, differently. So you should be very, very diligent with your business. When money comes in, if it is to produce to serve a client, push the money in, serve the clients, delay gratification after you've served the clients. Whatever you get from it, you pay yourself. If you're not going to pay yourself and you reinvest in the business to grow it, you do just that. It will save you a lot of stress, I tell you. It will save you a lot of stress. Owing customers and owing people is not something easy. It is not an interesting, it is not a pleasant thing at all. So I'd advise that let's try as much as possible. So this is one mistake that I made, which has cost me. There are other mistakes too that I can share. For my mistakes, there are a lot. It seems if mistakes were like a PhD, or let's say it was a course that was taken through my lifetime, I would have PhD in it. By God's grace too, we are still living. Okay, God has been so merciful that we've been able to be redeemed from all these mistakes. We've learned from all these mistakes. We are still improving. And as a result of these mistakes, we are better people and we are trying to make the necessary impact. So, what I've been through, what someone else has been through, that is the core idea surrounding growth conversations. Okay, so we share conversations, experiences we've had, mistakes we've made in business, so that if you've not made that mistake yet, then you should take note. Charlie, the path you're walking on, if you walk along this path the way you are walking, the pace you are walking, I tell you, you're going to crash. So don't do it because I crashed. Okay, maybe you may say that, oh, you are different. Me, I will do this, I will not crash. There are some basic principles in life and principles in business. Okay. And I used to advise some people that, you see, there are principles of the universe. There are principles in life that you don't need to violate them. There are principles, there are laws that you can't violate them. So a law, let's say gravity, for instance. Okay, so anything that you throw up will always fall down. So if you are driving your business along a path that is going to kill your business, and someone tells you this thing you're doing is going to kill your business, you should understand it and do it a better way. And that is the core purpose of growth conversations. So it's unfortunate that today we had Naana. Probably we may try and see how best we can have her sometime later to continue the discussion, because there are a lot of things that she could have shared with us, but she's gone off now. So she's shared a few experiences, a few insights with us. You don't really need money to start a business, and it's very, very important. If I would repeat that, I didn't start my business with money. It's interesting. If I'm going to share my experience or my story, this is how I started my business. Okay, so my dad had this factory, and interestingly, my dad is someone, he treats you, the son, like a business person, like a worker. So there is there are no privileges. There's nothing like you are daddy's child or you are director's child or something. No, you will work, and every vacation too, you have to go back to the factory and work. That is how come my business, my first or my core business, the brick business, I know almost everything or anything that has got to do with the business because I grew up in it and my dad will force you. Okay. And happening to be a first child to you can imagine how it went. So it got to a point that I wanted to start making money. So what I did was I think the first thing I didn't start with the marketing. So what I did was that, you know, I don't know how many of you don't really know the brick business, but this is it. You produce the brick from clay, okay? And the clay, you can produce it manually or you can produce it by machine. It is also not easy yeah, so someone has put a comment here. Yes, Akoto, we start with ideas, but at the point you need capital. It can be a capital or human resource. Yes, very, very true. Okay, you start with ideas. As I said, you start with the idea, but if you want to grow the business, you need money to grow. Without money, you can't grow. That is why Facebook, Tesla, even Elon Musk, the richest man in the world right now, almost went bankrupt. So if he didn't get some contracts from NASA that he was able to re-inject capital into Tesla, Tesla would have died. We wouldn't be seeing the great things we are seeing now. Okay, so you need money to really grow a business, but you don't need money to start. So let me cut it short to a certain point. Now, after I finished school, what I decided to do was that I did physics. Physics too. I'm a science person actually, and my business skills are sort of would I say natural or gift or whatever. Well, let's say it that way. Okay, naturally, I'm quite good at marketing. I'm quite good at understanding how people think. So I know what will make someone buy what. Any product that I pick, I can see or I can know how to market it to which market for them to buy. That one, and I've tried to learn. I didn't do marketing, I didn't do business at school. So after school, I tried to also learn and upgrade myself from other courses here and there, and also did project management. So I'm also a certified project management consultant with the Institute of Project Management Ghana. Now, when I finished school, what I did was that, okay, because I have the skill, I didn't learn marketing at school, but I understood the marketing psychology, what makes people buy. So what I did was that I wanted to market. So I will market, and I had a phone. And this time too, it was great. That was a time, those of you who would remember Google Trader, that time we didn't have Tonaton, we didn't have Gigi, we didn't have Ghana Yellow, we didn't have all these classified sites. It was the first classified site online. So Google had a classified site where you could post your business on Google and the algorithm would just shoot it. So you wouldn't have to pay so much to advertise for a lot of people too. So I understood, I got to Google Trader, understood it, and launched my business on Google Trader, paying nothing. Someone will tell you, oh, but the data you bought it. Yes, the data I bought it, but it was data that I was going to use it for calls. I didn't. So I don't really use any particular money that this is my money, this is my capital that I'm investing in the business. So that's what I did. I listed my business selling bricks online. So people will call me, and when they call, I would generate an invoice on my phone. I would generate pictures and everything. I would transact everything with just my phone. Then I'll send it. There were a couple of times I will sit in a bus moving from Kumasi to Accra. By the time I get to Accra, I have closed about 2 deals. I had closed 2 deals. So that is how I started. So as the marketing was going on well and demand was getting higher above the supply, I had to think of probably also getting a site to produce myself, because whenever I had to pick products from my dad's end, we had issues, supply, production, you have your machine breaking down, you have problems here, supply of firewood and all that. So if I also have direct control of or on the production, then I wouldn't have too much problems with my customers. So that is how I decided to start my own brick production company. Somehow back in 2013 or 2012, 2013. And I started this in Mankesim. That is why I started. So fast forward, you do all these things, and if you want to get bigger, if you want to build machines to establish a big factory and all that, that's where you can decide that, okay, based on your track record and your experience you have, you're going to a bank, or you're talking to your customers, or you're thinking about how to get more money to push into the business. So you don't really need, it's simple. I always keep telling people it's very, very simple. Find someone. One, the first thing, which is the commonest, find a job. Find a job. Once you find a job, the job gives you two things. It gives you knowledge and experience, and also gives you money. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to start your own business, one of the best ways to do it is find a job. Now, as the job is paying you, you save some of the money, and you will learn the dynamics of the company that you are serving. So how information goes, how they operate, how information flows, how the business is organized, and everything. Learn the aspect of management, teamwork from the company that you're working in. So once you do that, once you get these things from the company that you're working on, you save that money whilst you be preparing. So you'll be able to save for a number of years and start your own business. Another key thing too is that the mistake some people do is that immediately they want to launch their own business, they will quit their jobs. Don't do it. Try and see how best you can start your own business as a side business, okay, as a some sort of sidekick or something, because you don't know what will happen. Business is a full risk thing. Things will not always go as you expect. So make sure that you are still in your normal business while you start this business on the side gradually, until you nurture it to a point where you can decide that, okay, now I can fully quit my normal day job and focus on my core business, my enterprise, or my business that I'm building for myself. So you can do this. This is one way to start your business without actually having to provide your own money at first. You can start the business and make money from the employment that you get. Or another way too is that look around online. Look at Gigi. There's even a simple strategy. You see, some call it arbitrage or whatever. I don't know. But what you can do, I think some years ago, I tried it. So you see someone selling, well, yes, I did it in school, University. What I did was I see someone advertising laptops. So when I see the laptops, it's nice. Then I'll contact the person selling the laptops, okay, and ask him to reduce his price. So if the person is selling the laptop at, let's say, 800 cities, or currently those times it was 800 cities, 700 cities, 1,002, there about the highest best laptops was around 1,000, 2,003. That is back in 2007. All right. So I'll talk to this person and he'll reduce the price of the laptop for me. Then I'll redesign my posters and post it all around campus that I'm selling laptops. So some of the key posters that a person has done already that are selling the same laptops, I will take those posters off. Then so you end up seeing only my posters for the laptops. At times too, these people who are selling the laptops don't even have a way of marketing them there. They are just shops in Edum, in Kumasi. So I just go there, laptops, I'll advertise. Then when they call me, I'll take them through everything. I'll close the deal. Then I'll take their money, go pick the laptop, take my share of it, bring the laptop to them, and it's gone. Even in Gigi, you can do it now. It's not something that I would really want to do myself, because right now I've gotten past it. But you see, you can identify something, a product online, a product that is interesting, okay? Online, find out how much they are selling it, okay? You to post the same product, get the pictures of the product, like get it. Post the pictures of the product or the video of the product on your social media. Stop posting, especially the ladies. Stop posting yourself. Stop posting your pictures and seeking likes. Okay, so identify a product, get the pictures of the product, post it on your page. You can also create a page on Gigi, which is free. Of course, at a certain point, you have to pay for them to push it or promote it for you so that it reaches a wider audience. You can post it on LinkedIn and all that. Share it on your status, your WhatsApp status. The product is not yours. I know a lot of ladies are doing it now. A lot of ladies who are just who sell clothing. For that one, is common. So they don't have the clothes themselves. They don't have a warehouse. They don't have a shop and stuff. But they post the pictures. If you say that you need a clothes or the dress, they'll go to the person who sells it. try and see if they can get it. And you can do it quickly with all money. You have a phone, you chat with friends. Okay, so you can use this system to get money to start a business on your own, which later you can use that money to invest in something else. So find someone else's product, market it. It's cool job. Just recently, of course, I sell bricks, all right. But a client called me. I didn't have produce. I got it from another producer or a friend. Okay, I got a good amount of money from it just by that transaction. Okay, and the amount of money I made from that transaction is more than what I would make normally in my business within that same time frame. And even in my business, when the money comes, it's not your it's not your money. You have workers to pay, you have maintenance to do, you have whatever. But with this one, marketing, I'm just sitting on my with my phone. I marketed, the job came. I didn't move an inch from my bedroom or from my room. I just call the producer or where we get the product. Charlie, do you have this? I call a driver. The driver will just drive all the way to the site. Okay, send me a picture of how the whole thing is. I negotiated and did everything without stepping a foot outside my room. At the end of the day, I had about 3,000, 4,000 cedis in my pocket, just like that. Just like that, you see. So it is important that we learn all these things from ourselves. We learn all these things. Business is interesting. It's not an easy journey, but it's a journey of improvement. It's a journey of learning. We make mistakes, all right, but make sure those mistakes you learn from it and get better. We learn from it and get better. Everyone has their scars. The greatest warriors, the greatest generals are those generals that have a lot of scars on them because of the number of years and the number of times they've had battles. Okay, and they are experienced, and all these people are all over the place, all around us. I believe that the best way businesses can progress in Africa, or especially in Ghana, is for young people like us to come together, all right, share our experiences, share our knowledge. It's not about competition, it's about synergy. Okay, it's about coming together to help each other grow. Share the conversations. Oh, Charlie, this thing I did, it didn't go well for me. So how did you do yours? Oh, I did mine this way and all that. You share ideas, we network with each other. I need some products to buy. Do you know someone? Oh, yes, Charlie, I have a job. A client need, for instance, if I'm a contractor, I'm putting up a building and a client of mine needs solar. I don't do solar. So if I know someone who does solar, or if I know a friend who does solar, I link up. Charlie, my client needs solar. Can you help him out? Oh, if you're a plumber, or if you're an electrician, or if you're a household, you sell household items or kitchen items or whatever, I link the person up to you. So the best way we can succeed as business owners in Ghana is to unite, come together as one people, share our ideas. Even at a certain level, we could put funds together to create a revolving fund to support our businesses. There's an idea that we have for TGN where it will get to a point where TGN members wouldn't necessarily need to go to any bank for a loan. I tell you, banks currently do not really care how you use their money. All they care about is their collateral and whether you can pay the money back. So if you can't pay the money back, how do they get the collateral and get their investment with their profit? They don't really care about how you're going to manage the money. Of course, your paperwork and convincing and the negotiations and everything suggests so. But why? Anyway, I'll hold that one on now because maybe someone out there will get too much understanding into what I mean. But this is something at the core of TGN that we are trying to. Yes. So Akoto is saying something. Let's learn from what Akoto is saying. Yes. So yes, Akoto is saying that one simple business I did on campus was to sell water. Hey, on the sixth floor of Unity Hall. That's right, Kunti. All right. And at that time, the government had done. Oh, let me switch on this AC. Our time is almost up, but I'm sweating. Where is the remote? Charlie, sweating. Yes. So what Akoto is saying that one simple business I did on campus was to sell water on the sixth floor of Unity Hall. On the sixth floor, at the time, the government had done the redenomination of the city. I started selling water at 5 pesos and made good money. I made a profit of 100%. Wow. You see, All I needed was a fridge, and my roommate had one. Okay, the only capital I needed was one Ghana cedi. Okay, interesting. So the only money you needed was one Ghana cedi. See, one Ghana cedi, 50 pesos to buy 2 bags of water. See, you see, so at times too, you have to be smart on the time. You see, I will encourage everyone. There's this book by Malcolm Gladwell, okay, that we shared in the TGN community for people to read. But we've not been quite pushy on that. But from this month, this time when we are going to push it. It's an interesting book. If you've not read it, read it. If you don't have it or if you don't know how you're going to get it, just DM me or send me a message or whatever. I'll just send it to you for you to read. It is interesting. Outliers. Outliers. Let me just type it out. Outliers. It's interesting. It's basically about being ready, okay, by Malcolm Gladwell. Okay, is by Malcolm Gladwell. It's an interesting book that I believe that everyone should find and see. Outliers. It's about being ready when the time is right. Like David was saying, David Akoto is saying that that time it was the time that Kofor was redenominating the cedi. And he used that time. It was an opportunity, and he was ready for the opportunity at the time. So he used one Ghana cedi, 50 pesos, you see, to buy 2 bags of water. And he made 100% profit. You understand? So, Charlie, we have to be ready as businessmen, entrepreneurs, learn from each other. This thing that Akoto has said, if you are watching this video right now or this session right now and you are in the university, you can pick up. So what can you sell at the university? For me, I sold laptops. I sold I think no, I didn't sell clothes. I sold laptops. I repaired how do we call it? I didn't repair phones, but I repaired blenders. I repaired rice cookers. So my area where my hostel was, I'll just go around, put my posters around. I even taught part-time classes. People in my area who were living around, I'll come to your house and tell you, do you need anyone to teach your child? Because the money wasn't coming to even finance my education, my school fees and all that. You understand? Princess Owusua is saying, all what you're saying is very true. I started my clothing business with nothing. All what I needed was to post it on Facebook Market, and now I can tell you I have like 100 customers. Hey, Charlie, the money is coming in. All right, Princess Owusua, it's true. It's very, very true. Okay, it's very, very true. Some stories are quite inspiring. Okay, it all comes back as we bring this session to a close. It all comes back to you believing in yourself as a person. All right, human beings, we are so powerful. We are so powerful to the extent that everything that you think for yourself, you can achieve. Everything that you want to achieve in this world, you can achieve. You just have to, one, take the decision, and two, take massive action. Mistakes will happen. Be quick to learn from the mistake and move on. Okay, challenges will happen. When the challenges come, see the challenge as the way. As this guy's book, The Obstacle is the Way. So the problem that you're facing, the difficulty that you're facing right now, use it as a stepping stone to get to higher heights in business. Let nothing stop you. Be like water, as Bruce Lee will say. Okay, when water meets an obstacle, the water will either bend to the right or to the left, pass over the stone or the obstacle, or pass under the obstacle. You may slow it down for some time, but you will never be able to stop the force of water. So be like water, be flexible. When times change, adjust your strategies, but the vision should never change. No matter how long it takes for you to achieve your vision, believe that you can achieve it. It doesn't matter. It's really not a race. So believe that you can do whatever that you want to do. You can achieve it and keep working at it. As Martin Luther King said that if you can fly, fly. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But whatever the situation is, you need to keep moving forward. It doesn't matter how slow you move. All that matters is you are moving forward. So thank you so much for having time with us, spending time with us. It's been an interesting. We lost our guest along the way, you see. That's technology for you. At times things can go wrong, but I believe that we've been able to share one or two things that might be helpful. I've also learned a lot from what Akoto was saying, that pure water business there. I should have gotten that idea. I would have sold more and made some money too, because that time I was really struggling on campus. It wasn't easy. I couldn't even go for lecture because accommodate me. You understand? So thank you so much for spending time with us today on Growth Conversations. It's been wonderful. Let's keep sharing and let's keep. You can join TGN. Just go to www.tgn.africa. TGN.Africa. So just on the screen like this, www.tgn.africa/membership. So you can have access to our free membership, join the WhatsApp community or anything. Let's share ideas and see how best we can help each other grow. Thank you so much. God be with all of us and see you same time next week. Have a wonderful day. Bye.